We're not cloudy. How they get in here? Somebody actually bought me food, so I had to get some juice. Okay, now this is what I want to put in this video. I want to put in this video that you see all these people standing up over here on this side and standing up and sitting in these seats. This is a Tiffany move because this is the Black Fire Brigade. They all rushed, let them in the back door before the meeting started. What's up, y'all? We back. And I just want to let you know that something interesting happened before the meeting even started, child. So they let y'all see all these people in these seats here. All these people in these seats is that interim chief's nonprofit organization, okay, that I was talking about earlier. Okay, they let them in the back door. Is that a Tiffany move? We still doing stuff? We said it was Tiffany, but the people in this administration is doing it too. So how is it Tiffany? Explain it. Or don't explain it, but whatever. But that's what happened. And I have the video. I'll show you guys. I know that's right. Sure said detailed. That's gonna be cracking me up. I gotta tell you something. Okay, I didn't get to watch the protest live yet. Why are they protesting? They're protesting because of public safety is being put in jeopardy. You want to see how many people are standing? All right, let's get ready to see it. And then hold up. Then you got all these people behind you. Okay. Okay, you got all of these people over here on this side too. It's a whole bunch of people. The firefighters are all the way back there. So the firefighters didn't get a seat. They all the way back there. I can't wait to see the backpedaling and pussy popping going on tonight. They're gonna call me now. In a long time, right? This should have been at the Prime Minister. They should have announced, well, they did know when he announced his that they would both up. It feels new because all these people are here. You want to move on this side? I'll move over here. I'll switch spots. Yeah. The other interesting thing is they can find grant money for this nonprofit organization that is not a part of the village, but they cannot find any grant money to get breathing apparatuses for their paid for firemen. Or they cannot find any grant money to get these engines fixed and these things that they need to fight the fires, because none of these people that's in this nonprofit organization academy going to fight nobody fires out here in Dalton. Period. You know, I almost said something. I forgot you was on camera.
You know, I don't care about what I say right now.
No, it was about what I was about to say. Look over there.
I know. I saw that already.
And still,
Girl. That's a clown.
I can. Okay.
Oh, clown.
There's a liquid liner and it automatically like right. I'm gonna do it to Lance must be. The rich chick looked like he lost a lot of weight since he got sworn in, because he looked heavier than that. No, he might have had to come in compliance as far as weight and physical fitness.
Last minute live stream that I'm doing.
Oh my God. I'm finally dropping this, whatever this episode is.
My speech is in my notes.
Alright. That girl, a fake profile having, talking shit, motherfucker. Say that shit with your trust if you gonna say something.
Look, hello, with your real page.
Okay.
Not your fake page.
Up here talking shit under a fake page. Girl, you can tell what happened when somebody's. Oh, you know what? Let me get. So I was like,
Or you don't want to fight me like this person tried to. You know, motherfuckers is mad we don't want to
yeah, I give you the pills. You're not gonna like the B12 shots. I got the pills. This is all over pills.
Okay. Well, they're putting in the injections or stuff. Might be 12.
Yeah, mine is too, but I still told them. I still know.
Like everything's taken out. It's really scary.
horrible.
And
Where's Hassan? He don't be working with you no more.
Hassan from
Yeah, no, I take the dissolvable pills, and when I say that I was rock bottom, yeah, still, I said, because I was taking them and they were like hurting my arm. Yeah, that's how I know. I need to take my dissolvable pills again, but when I go to the doctor, I'm going to have to lie. Jason be back there looking like he fucking confused. Let me show these people this man acting like he's so confused about what's going on. Y'all, look at that man back there.
Probably see me.
Acting like he's so fucking confused. He is not fucking confused about what is going on in this building. You know what? I can't. Let me shut up. Let me shut up.
They probably over there talking about us.
It's the fake laugh.
I know, right?
It's the fake laugh for me. Here you go. Look.
I know, right?
Let me laugh.
Girl. Let's talk.
Girl,
Public comment.
That
3
stuff
minutes.
is funny as hell.
I can't wait. Yes, they had me all the
They
way
need to
fucked
come
up.
on because my phone ain't no plugs over here. I'm gonna have to go over there by house.
What you need? An outlet?
I need a charger for my phone.
Hand me my book bag. I got a yeah.
I bought the wrong. Hey, Mama, here we go. All right.
Oh, and I need to make sure. I thought you were going to do the shirt.
What happened?
Come on, charge up. I don't know why he acting confused. She not acting confused. They all talking about how this gonna be out of the OMA, and they gonna try to cancel the meeting. Watch
That's gonna be what?
out of the OMA
What do you mean?
because everybody else have a seat and they can't fit in the building.
They should have still been having it at the park district. They all marching their ass in here.
It's better.
You're gonna leave them in 5 minutes. So we're starting. They got to try to cancel. They got to cancel the meeting. Yeah.
Look at how confused the camera is. Look at. Okay. And I think it's more people. Yeah. I haven't seen it this back then. Now he's looking confused. Now this thing is cracking me up right here. Yeah, you need to go home with her.
No, she needs to stay here. No, the fuck she don't.
Where's the public comment? Okay, public comment over there now. Brandon got me. Brandon be having PTSD.
Back up.
I can't wait to go. Oh my God. Not they trying to shush him. No, that's his right to speak though.
That's like when Keith Price was coming through the back door.
When Keith Lennon was coming through the back door,
And
they
Michael
right.
Smith.
Keith Price, all of them. There was a lot of them coming through the back door.
No roaches and rats come through the back door.
Roaches
Okay.
and rats come through that back door. Roaches and rats.
Insane. Oh my God. This is insane. Let me find a piece of paper here. Listen. This didn't help the last person. Go ahead, fan yourself.
What's up, little man?
Oh my God. His neck is already jumping. Yeah, he about to snap. Oh my God, he about to snap.
Not even about to stare.
This is about to take me out of here.
Don't worry about it. The big little man talking.
Y'all, we are in the crossfires. We need to, they need to hurry up and decide what the hell they're gonna do about this damn meeting because tensions is tight up in here. Okay? Tensions is tight up in here. And you love our hot mic convos? Girl, our hot mic convos is crazy. It's transparency. It's about transparency, right? Right. Ain't no more seats though. This was a Tiffany thing. Remember how she only put 40 seats out and then she filled the seats with the people that came in the back door? That's what happened today. So now all the people at the front acting confused about like why it's not enough seats and stuff. No, seriously.
Y'all do see so far there should be a meeting. I have to film with my other camera because I need my phone for my public comment.
I say, oh my God, I lost my paper.
Y'all be able to watch it.
He even late for this.
Please, I left my phone at home.
He gonna sweat us out of here. Oh my God.
Just one phone call away.
Let me see this. What is happening? You ain't got a hair on your ass if he cancels and you don't holler. Meet us in the parking lot. Mean it. Sorry. Just being passionate. No, you got it, sure. You cool. You cool, because this is crazy. It's crazy to think that we still doing this stuff. And Tiffany's no longer here. Yeah. Are there any women without a seat? Yes, loads of us.
All right, good evening, everybody. How are we this evening? Okay, I'm going to call this meeting to order, the regular Board of Trustees meeting for Monday, April 6th. It's time is 6:30. I'll ask Clerk Keith to do a roll call.
Good evening, everyone. Trustee Tammy Brown. Present. Trustee Stan Brown.
Present.
Trustee Belcher. Trustee Steve.
Present.
Trustee Norwood. Present. Trustee Holmes. Holmes is absent. We have a quorum.
Thank you very much. I'll ask that we all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we are here as your children, a village, a community, a place that you have established upon your earth. Father, we truly believe and we know that this earth is yours and the fullness thereof. Father, all our residents, citizens, employees, leaders, we are under your jurisdiction, and we are under your care. For you are our God, our Creator, and our Shepherd. You said that the government shall rest upon your shoulders. Father, we ask that you will take absolute control of the leadership, the guidance, and the lives of all the families and residents and all that you have brought into this great city and village. May your will forever be done. May your kingdom come. And as we deliberate this evening, Father, we ask for wisdom, we ask for strength, we ask for peace to prevail. That your peace will rule and reign upon this land and upon this meeting, and that all that will be discussed with civility and with understanding that we are all pushing towards the same goal of establishing your kingdom and your will upon this land, and to make sure that every family, everyone is fairly dealt with, and that your name will be glorified in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen. Amen. Thank you so much. May I would like to use this opportunity to invite residents on May 7th of this year is the National Day of Prayer, when our nation, America, has designated for all peoples to gather in their worship houses, prayer houses, synagogues, mosques, to pray and to thank God for our land. So the ministers here, with the help of our chaplains, are organizing a prayer breakfast at the Village Hall from 8 to 10, and in the evening at Christ Oasis Ministries, 820 California, 6:30 p.m. It will be a community gathering for a time of reflection, thanksgiving, and prayer, so that God will continue to help us to walk through the difficulties and challenges of life on this God-given earth. Thank you so much for your indulgence. Thanks.
Thank you very much. I want to give an acknowledgement that we were able to give one of our village chaplains the evening off of prayer to celebrate her birthday. So Elder White, let's give a round of applause. The room is all in unison right now to sing happy birthday. Just know we're wishing it to you in spirit. Okay, and so prior to going into our next item being the public comment for the general, is a 3 minutes get allotted for anybody who wants to get up to speak. I want to make sure that there's a lot of passion. I already know in the room there's some discourse, which is okay. Passion and discourse brings us to a result. So I do want to insist that as people come up, outbursts in the room, that we continue to be civil amongst one another, and everybody will be heard. So we want to make sure that civility remains. In light of some of the issues at hand right now, I'm going to defer right now to Attorney McGrath as it relates to what has been called a safety issue regarding our interim fire chief right now. So I'll ask Attorney McGrath to kind of speak to that issue. I have one more comment, then we'll open for public comments.
Hello? All right. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Board. Thank you, Madam Clerk, and all the officials.
Listen to him lie.
There was a lawsuit filed by the Dolton Professional Firefighters Association March 23rd, challenging the appointment of the interim fire chief. Based upon our review, we believe that he meets all of the criteria. He has been properly placed in his position. We look forward to defending this matter in court. Because it is pending in court, I can't get into it too much, but I can assure the elected officials here and the public of the village of Dolton that you're in good hands and you're a qualified interim chief.
Thank you very much. As much as possible, I know that there are two different factions. So I'll ask that we allow individuals to speak. I want to make sure that we keep this civil and everybody be heard so that the board can make informed decisions. That being said, there's one other point that I will highlight about Interim Chief Curtis as he's come to the village in Dolton in the last 6 months. He has assisted us in saving over $30,000 per month in overtime expenses, and I have that demonstrated from our finance department. The information that did come from the finance department, right?
That's
Make
hilarious.
sure I get certified so you get a point of reference. I'll ask our videographer if he'll share that information on the screen so that everybody can see the difference that's been made from our interim fire chief. And with that being said, I will open up now the floor for 3 minutes per person in public comment.
Let me let y'all see that nonsense on this board because we already talked about it.
The name of the great creator, great architect.
Ooh. There's so many people lining up for public comment, I can't even see.
Those three cleaners, public works, y'all know I adore y'all, and I absolutely love my fire department. But you see what, we all got to be about that, and I think encourage the residents to go out and clean any debris that they see, and we need to inform these lawn care people, no, they cannot use the street as easy disposable. It is not helping at all. MacArthur Court had a blow up, and this is why I'm shouting out public works. When I say they went over there, whatever had that hydrant stuff, they got that open, they got that water dispersed in those 4 homes that was swimming. Can't keep doing it. I don't know what all this is tonight. $43 million lawsuit. Got $375,000 house. Got $30,000 car. And I've been begging and pleading. Y'all hear me say this to you all. I've been begging and pleading for them to sell out for me, because here's my creed to you all. Do you all think I'm going to sue the village of Dolton? I'm not going to do it, and I'm not going to keep trying to find out where you are at the level. I'm going to get to the point where you understand.
She not talking in the mic.
There's nothing that don't reach me. This is how I'm here tonight. So all I'm saying, mayor for the day or residents who don't play. You all have got to start making that choice. They got a commercial that says no. Yes, we all make choices. You all have got to look out here, all these human beings, and stop affecting their life. And the word retaliation does not weather with us anymore. I don't need anybody's approval for anything. I try to be collegiate as possible. I am always walking over bridges, even when I rather just lay in my bed and look at my favorite shows like Watson. You know what I'm saying? But this has got to stop. We have got to get better by some of these officers that do get out here and police community. You know, for heaven's sake, these residents, I'm tired of residents calling. I'm challenging you all to stop. The residents have got to stop calling me. They've got to start calling you all. I don't want any more broken work. All you all have been here for a very long time. So some of you all that grew up here in this community, is this the actual legacy? Well, believe it or not, y'all see my ancestors standing here. I'm standing here with wine. I'm generational inheritance. So all I'm asking you all is to be the next generation. Big Harbor couldn't make it a whole lot better. Everybody understands the end of the one.
We couldn't hear what she said. Okay, come on, Adam. Talk in the mic. Talk in the mic.
Good evening.
Yes.
Local 3766 is here today because our concerns have been acknowledged, but they have not been resolved. We proudly endorsed the clean house slate because we believe in the members on the board were willing to do what was right. Public safety should never be mixed with politics. We've learned our lesson. The village and its union should work together to provide the community its services it deserves. This includes the fire department, the police department, and public works. We've heard the words unity and transparency, but those words have not matched what we've seen inside of the Dolton Fire Department. Since the clean house slate took office, the department has not had a qualified chief. The interim chief, Curtis, was appointed September 16th for a 180-day term. Illinois state statute clearly establishes 180 days as the maximum allowable duration for an interim appointment. And any extension beyond that period raises serious concerns regarding compliance with the law.
This is gonna get crazy.
His expiration date was March 15th of 2026. Safety is our primary concern. As it stands today, the fire chief does not meet the Illinois State Statute of Fire Chief. He is currently enrolled in Advanced Fire Officer at the North Palos Fire Protection District through the I-Chiefs. FOIAs have been submitted for certifications and educational qualifications, but they have not been properly fulfilled. The lack of transparency raises serious concerns about the accountability and the leadership. It is not appropriate or safe for this department or community to have a fire chief who does not meet the required standards. The lack of qualified leadership is the major contributing factor to the ongoing issues within the fire department. All elected officials, including the mayor and the trustees, hold sworn positions. When they took office, they took an oath, a sworn promise to support and uphold the United States Constitution, the Illinois State Constitution, and to faithfully perform the duties of their office in service to these residents. Dolton Fire Departments took that exact same oath, and we're here today because we're upholding our end of this oath. Dolton deserves better. Dolton deserves safety. I have proudly served this community for 12 years. I plan on doing a total of 30 years. The relationship that we have with this community is amazing. We love this community, and we will continue to serve them with pride.
Thank you very much.
My name is Jamel Brum. I'm the captain and secretary of
Brown, that's my man right there.
The requirements we're talking about for the fire chief are not guidelines. Legal standards that are intended to ensure that the individual serving as fire chief possesses the necessary experience, training, and competency to lead a fire department effectively. Local 3766 has been advised that the village attorney's legal opinion is that the current fire chief is in compliance with the statute because he is currently enrolled in the required coursework. This same board, along with the same legal counsel, previously challenged the qualifications of a police chief under the administration of Tiffany Hinyard on the basis of not meeting the required standards. This inconsistency calls into question how statutory requirements are being applied across departments. There is a rank and structure in the fire department: firefighter, engineer, lieutenant, and captain. For the Dolton Fire Department, members must pass a promotional exam. The promotional exam consists of successful completion of written examinations with a minimum passing of 70%, a successful completion of practical exams, again with a minimum passing score of 70%, including engineer testing. If you don't pass the exam, you're not qualified and cannot move up to the next level. These requirements demonstrate that standards are strictly enforced and upheld at the union and operational level. So it's reasonable to question why this is not being applied to the position of fire chief. Additionally, concerns have been raised regarding qualifications of the civilian fire inspector. Quentin Curtis initially served as a fire inspector for the village of Dolton while operating under the previous fire chief certification, and the current civilian fire inspector, as far as we know and have inquired about, is not certified. The law is clear, and is to ensure that the fire chief has one, appropriate certifications such as advanced fire officer, duty officer of the state fire marshal, and two, the relevant education, an associate's in fire science or a bachelor's degree. I personally have been here for almost 20 years. I am a senior. I've served this community faithfully. This is the only town I ever wanted to work for. I currently have family here. We have a vested interest in this community from a professional and a personal standpoint. We love our residents, and we will continue to serve them. All we want the board to do is what's right. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Ed Knobloch. I'm a firefighter and paramedic here, also a husband and a father. I'm here to talk about one word: liability. I know this is a word this community has been familiar with. We've seen what liability looks like in lawsuits and rising costs and the impact it's had on the village. In our world, liability goes beyond that. It's about what happens when something goes wrong and whether the people in charge are qualified to prevent it. Right now, our fire department is being led by someone who does not meet the qualifications required under Illinois law. This is not so much about an individual as it is about the position of fire chief and the responsibility that comes with it. When the standard isn't met, it creates real liability for all of us. Every decision made under this leadership, whether it be policies, discipline, emergency command can be challenged as unauthorized and invalid.
Yes, amazing.
When you call 911, you're trusting that the person in charge is trained, qualified, and ready to make the right decisions under pressure. If they're not, that's not only a risk, that is a liability. We're already seeing what that looks like within the fire department. We're seeing breakdowns in communication and leadership. We're seeing situations where equipment is ready when it's needed. We're seeing decisions that reduce our department's capabilities when something serious happens. When all that comes together, it means one thing. The level of protection this community depends on is being reduced. And this is where, again, liability becomes very real. If a firefighter is injured, or God forbid we lose a resident, the question in the investigation will be simple. Who was in charge and were they qualified? Right now, the answer is no, and that liability does not stay at the firehouse. It comes back to this village. It affects insurance, it affects funding, and ultimately our taxpayers. More importantly, it puts lives at risk. This is not just about us firefighters. This is about every person in this community who calls 911 expecting help to show up ready. Right now, that expectation you have is at risk. And that's a liability that this community should not have to carry. It's been my honor to serve the village of Dolton for the last 5 years. I'm proud to bring my family to community events, and I'm lucky to have created real relationships with our residents. And that's who this is truly about, the residents. Thank you.
Lieutenant Ian Cosgrove, Vice President, Local 3766. In the last 6 months since his appointment, the chief has not held or participated in a single department training. We have not had a department-wide meeting or even an authors meeting to ensure the members understand the command structure, discuss policy, or build a strong working environment. Trust is built behind the scenes through preparation, communication, and leadership. Right now, that foundation is missing. We have made every effort to communicate and resolve issues in a timely manner, but that has not happened. We've raised concerns about apparatus maintenance and air pack shortage back in October, and those issues still have not been addressed. At the time, we had 8 working air packs. We are currently down to 5. Recently, we've also had one of our apparatus go down, leaving us 1, having to borrow a neighboring town's engine to be able to respond to our residents. To be clear, if we are expected to do our job safely and effectively, we need to be able to get to the scene in reliable fire apparatus and operate functioning air packs. Right now, that is not being met. I served here for 12 years, and I plan on serving here for at least another 13. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Mike Loretto. I am Northern District Trustee of the Associated Firefighters of Illinois. Our state association represents more than 18,000 professional firefighters and paramedics across 237 locals of the state. Dalton Firefighters Local 3766 is one of those locals, and we stand today in support of their actions. It is evident that the current fire chief does not meet the minimum qualifications required under state statute to serve in this critical role, whether in a full-time capacity or interim capacity. Allow me to read the state statute, Chapter 65, Illinois 5-10-1-7.3. Appointment of a fire chief, notwithstanding any other provision in this division, after the effective date of this mandatory act of the 100th General Assembly, a person shall not be appointed as the chief, the acting chief, the department head, or a position by whatever title that is responsible for day-to-day operations of the fire department. For greater than 180 days unless he or she possesses the following qualifications. I'm just going to read number 1 because that's all I have to read. Office of the State Fire Marshal Basic Operations Firefighter Certification, or Office of the State Fire Marshal Firefighter 2 Certification. Office of the State Fire Marshal Advanced Fire Officer Certification, or Office of the State Fire Marshal Firefighter 2 Certification, and an associate's degree in the fire science or a bachelor's degree from an accredited university or college. There are numerous examples demonstrating a lack of understanding of labor law, collective bargaining agreements, and fundamental policies inherent of the position of fire chief. Additionally, multiple grievances and unfair labor practices charges remain unresolved. At the same time, deficiencies in equipment, staffing continue to place firefighters and ultimately the residents of Dolton in a significant risk on a daily basis. I see we have the overtime summary right there. That's great. Hire more firefighters. Watch how that number goes down. The AFI, alongside Dolton firefighters Local 3766, calls on the village of Dolton to take immediate action. Remove the current fire chief from his position and address the outstanding grievances and unfair labor practice charged without further delay. May I continue?
He should have been the fuck out of here.
Brandon crazy. When they realize Brandon crazy, they'll be all right.
You get it. I got my back.
We remain ready and willing to meet at any time and in any setting, establish a path forward. One that ensures the success of Dolton Fire Department and supports the dedicated members who proudly serve this great community. Our members have taken an oath to protect citizens and visitors of Dolton, much like myself. However, fulfilling that oath becomes increasingly difficult when essential resources, such as equipment, staffing, hiring processes, promotional systems, and protective gear are inadequate, deteriorating, or non-existent.
Sir, we're at 3 minutes.
We are here
You're at
as part of the
3:45.
solution.
I'm giving you extra time due to the interruption, but you're at 3 minutes and 45 seconds.
So, you know, we're gonna work with you. We're here the whole time.
Thank you very much.
Hi, you guys know I'm Mary Avon, a resident, I'm not a firefighter. But I've asked my brothers from the fire department who I support to stand here with me. I'd also like any resident of Dolton that currently stand with our firefighters to stand also. Residents of Dolton, stand with our firefighters and urge the board to listen to them as they demand accountability and safety. Dolton residents deserve a safe community. The Dolton community appreciates our firefighters and everything they do to keep us safe. But they need to be kept safe themselves. They should not be forced to go into emergencies with damaged or broken equipment. They need a department and a leader who will listen to them and have their backs. But currently, under the current interim chief, there is poor communication and failure to follow basic standards. That creates dangerous conditions for residents and firefighters alike. Our fire department needs qualified leadership to make our community safe. I'd like to address the statement that was made by our attorney. He read the law. He read the law. The law. No interpretation. No interpretation. So not sure why we're in good standing when we don't align with the law. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Alex Avalos, and I am here to address a serious concern regarding the firefighter hiring process of 2023. Keith Shields and I both applied for the firefighter position, completed the hiring process, and successfully passed all required steps. Despite this, we were left without any communication regarding our status or the outcome. Keith Shields and I both served in the United States military. I served in the Marine Corps as an infantry rifleman, where I completed deployments to Southeast Asia and a combat deployment to East Africa. Keith Shields and I have developed discipline, accountability, and strong commitment to service. I also have 6 years of experience in emergency medical services, including providing critical care to the community while serving as a Buds ambulance paramedic for the village of Dolton. I am also a father to a 5-year-old daughter, and I take seriously the responsibility of setting an example of perseverance
service, and integrity. Given my background and successful completion of all steps in the hiring process, I respectfully request clear explanation as to why Keith Shields and I were not selected for the firefighter positions. Transparency in this matter is important for maintaining trust in the hiring process. I appreciate your attention and time in this matter. I look forward to your response. Thank you.
That's great.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council, residents. My name is Keith Shields. I'm here seeking a clear direction regarding the hiring process with the Village of Dolton. I was selected, I completed the required steps to move forward in the process. Then without explanation, the process stopped. I want you to take a moment and think back to when each of you received the call that you had been selected for the position you hold today. Think about what that moment felt like. Think about the relief, the pride, the excitement, and think about the calling your family, celebrating the opportunity, and preparing for the next chapter of your life. Now, imagine all of that being taken away without a single clear explanation, because that's what happened to me. I am a father of 3 beautiful children. I hold a bachelor's degree in cultural psychology. I've mentored hundreds of teens working through mental health challenges. I'm also a combat veteran. I hold a strong expectation of accountability, follow through, integrity, especially when it comes to decisions that impact someone's career and livelihood. This is no longer about qualifications. I was already selected. So my question is simple. Why was the hiring process stopped after we'd already been chosen?
Some good questions. Still on black.
Everyone, Mayor, trustees, my name is Charlotte Williams, and I'm here to stand with these handsome, no, I'm just kidding, the firemen, because you know what, Mayor, remember, these guys was working for us without a contract. Remember that? We just got out of the view of the cameras of the meeting, and here we are again. These men and women, I don't know, these firemen, they worked for us without a contract for 2 years. They didn't live here in Dolton. They left their family. They were called for fires, for any emergencies, for accident, and they were there. How could we turn our backs on them? Mr. Curtis, you were here 180 days. Your time is up. Don't take this personally, but I'm sure that there are qualified firemen that's qualified to take this chief position. And Mayor,
put in for it. The mayor
these
standing
men
with the ball.
even campaigned for you. They knocked on doors. Why can't we stand behind them? They were there for us. This is not personal against you, Mr. Curtis, but they deserve to be respected. You all have my respect. We love you. You all was there for us.
Here he gonna start crying.
Back there, he came out. He was even there for them. You went door to door and campaigned for the 2025 election, but even House. And I don't know, I'm nervous, and we just went through the same thing with the chief. These people need to be respected. House, you said that you was listening to us. You were listening to the residents. Thank you all, because I am nervous. So listen to us, Jason. We're not up here, and we're not backing these guys because they're not qualified. We here, is this about safety or money? We're here to working with them that are qualified, impose of he that's not qualified. So he in school now. Okay, I'm gonna leave. But we ain't got nothing to do with him being in school. Who's to say he gonna pass?
Okay.
Time is up.
So you got really fast, right? Oh.
This is crazy. Mr. Dan about to go off.
Mrs. Creighton, I've been in Dolton since August 11, 1980. So I've seen quite a few things change. Can we take that slide off the screen?
Yes.
Take it back to the original screen?
Get him right, miss. Get him.
Why? I'm just asking because I wanted to read something that was on the original screen.
They done had that up there the whole time people was
It
talking.
says,
So
a
online was the only thing they
community
saw.
working together. It said a community working together. I don't understand why we don't understand community trustees, mayor, department heads.
Get him, Mr. Dan.
Why don't we understand community? The taxpayers. The taxpayers. In this young man's time, he's been here over 180 days. You know what I find was very disappointing to me, that the brigade was let in the back door and was able to sit.
Somebody had to say
before
it.
the residents came in to sit.
So somebody had to say
I
it.
find that very offensive. You all should not do that. That is out of order. I don't have anything against every
Nothing
young
against-
man, young woman in
Nothing
this
against
brigade. It's not about them. It is about the taxpayers here. I'm barely making my mortgage payment, man, for the taxes.
Yep.
It's gonna get even tougher.
Everything. You guys, the community, there is unity. You say unified, unified, Dalton, whatever. What do you
Dalton
say?
United.
What's the saying?
Dalton United.
Dalton United. Where are we united? What does that mean? United we stand. Divided we fall. And that's where we are. Mayor, I ask you and the trustees, I have nothing personal against this young man, but his time is over. It's time to move on. And if you cared about the residents in the village of Dolton, you would step down. Thank you.
Yes.
There are two things first. First, as the village chaplain, I want to thank you for the birthday blessings. I'm grateful that God allowed me to wake up this morning and celebrate 70 years. So I'm grateful for that. And I thank you. Next, on Wednesday, April the 8th, we will have Dolton Community Prayer, which will be held at New Zion Fellowship Church at 14226 Grant, hosted by Reverend Anthony Thompson. Dolton Community Prayer is for the community. It's for everybody in this community. That includes the fire department, that includes the police department, that includes the village hall workers, the public works workers, finance department. It includes everybody that is a part of this community. So I hope to see all of you all out at 6:30 on April the 8th. I stand with Dolton Fire Department. And I stand with them because they are community minded. They have been with this community, they work with the community, they come out to the community events. And because they think about our safety before they have thought about theirs, there's no way as a resident of 40 years in this village that I would not stand with these gentlemen that put their lives on the line for me. Right is right and wrong is wrong. I've gotten to know Chief Quentin Curtis. And this is not personal. This is not personal. This is not like or dislike. I have an issue with the fact that I came in here and the Black Fire Brigade is here because this is not about them.
Right.
So they should not even be at this meeting because they are not residents of Dolton. This is not about them. This is about us that live here. This is about the fire department that is serving us. And so I have an issue with that right now. This is not personal against you. But if the interim means 180 days, and 180 days has passed, and from everything that I've heard, that the qualifications do not meet, then as a man, and as a man that professes God, you ought to step down and do the right thing. If it's a thing that after you finish the course and you pass the test, then come back. God bless you.
That's what she said no. Some people said no.
All right.
Happy birthday, Minister. Good to see you, honey.
Okay. Hello, everybody. So I haven't been to these meetings in a long time. First off, March 19th of 2026 this year, the fire department, the police department, they helped me. They rescued me. I had 3 severe seizures, all in one incident, leaving from Bolton. I was arguing with some of Kiana's people, and I got upset. Honestly, that's the truth. Your peoples was outside. I got upset, talking to my dad, didn't even realize I seized. Thank you guys for helping me. I'm sure you guys heard about what happened, was there on the scene. It's been a lot going on with Dolton. A lot with their administration, a lot with the administration not being accountable. They're not caring about the residents, and they're just doing what they want to do so they can get what they want to get, and it's not fair. It's not fair to anybody. The way that Mary Avant, is she still in here?
Oh, Jesus.
The way that she collected those donations for me, I need to know what was said.
Oh, Jesus.
That tea with the trustees in March 2024. What was said to the community to collect money for my benefit? I didn't ask. I never asked for $1. I took it because I didn't know what was said above me. So of course I took it. However, what was said to collect the money? Where is those Zelles and those cash apps that Mary Avant never gave to me? Of course I took the money because I didn't know that it was under some type of false pretense. But you guys did me wrong. You guys allowed Jedediah Brown to destroy my reputation in this community because of whatever Mary Avant said. And you guys won't even answer my FOIA request. I deserve to know what was told at that meeting about my illness to the community because you guys are the ones that gave. You know what was said. Tell me what was said because I didn't deserve the treatment that I am still getting to this day. And I thought we was friends. Never again. To all of y'all. And you're right, it was a blessing until I knew the way that they gave the money. And for you, you know the story. Tell me what was said. Why don't you tell me what was said? Security. Call security. What I'm gonna do? I can't even run.
Not you sound stupid.
Chief, please remove the individuals. As we hold on the next comment.
Child. This is another one of them meetings.
And where's the sales and the cash app since you talking?
Okay.
You don't want to get put out, so shut up talking to me.
Oh my God. Phew, Jesus. Oh Lord. Fix it, Jesus.
My name is Doc
Oh
Patterson.
Jesus. I almost started
I am
praying.
not a
God.
Dolton resident. But a year ago, I trained the Dolton firefighters in public education. And I became a fan of this community. I applied for the fire chief's job.
Tell him, Doc.
And through a roundabout way, you come back into town as a stranger. People talk. And it was said that, oh, you're too strong as a leader. And one of the ladies who's a trustee that interviewed me did not like me. And I met the qualifications to be a fire chief. And here we are 6 months later, and these firefighters are fighting for their lives. I have nothing against Chief Curtis.
This meeting is tight.
I should say Q, because he's not qualified to be called fire chief. But I do say, all of you sitting up here, if anything happens under his watch, the blood of these firefighters are on your hands. I stand by these brothers and sisters of Dolton because I saw that they cared for the community. When a fire department takes a fire truck out to celebrate a 90th birthday for a resident, that's not the norm. That's somebody who cares. You need to think. There's two types of leaders. Those that want to be served, and you can see by this room what that situation is. And there's those who want to serve their community. The choice is yours.
Now the firefighters leaving. We're going on. What time it is? Ain't you supposed to be gone? They coming through. They coming through here.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Mayor and trustees.
See y'all at the club. Y'all going to the club?
My name is
See y'all at
Ari,
the club.
and I'm a firefighter. While I'm not a resident
You going to
adult,
the club?
I felt it was important to
I
speak
see you at the club.
because what's happening here reflects on
I
the
see you at
fire
the club.
service as a whole. I want to express my support for Chief Curtis. In just 5 to 6 months, he has made difficult but necessary decisions. It's not showing a failure of leadership. It's showing responsibility and accountability to taxpayers. In this profession, change is never easy, as I'm learning. But discomfort does not equal danger. Claims about safety should always be taken seriously, but they should also be supported by clear evidence, not frustration over changes to long-standing practices. And I think it's fair to ask, if these concerns are truly as serious as they're being claimed, why are we only hearing of them now? It doesn't take 5 to 6 months for this level of concern to surface. That raises real questions about whether this is truly about safety or about resistance to change. I also understand that there are claims about qualifications, even though Chief Curtis is currently completing the required training. That's not a lack of qualification. That's a timing issue that is already being resolved. It should not be used to undermine the broader work that he's been doing as chief. Chief Curtis has the support of his board, and that support exists for a reason. His performance and direction have been evaluated, and that backing should carry weight. Chief Curtis brings ample experience from Chicago, one of the busiest fire departments in the country. That experience matters, and it definitely should be respected. Leadership should be judged on performance, integrity, and results, not on who people prefer for the position. I urge you to give Chief Curtis the time and support to do the job he was hired to do. 5 to 6 months is not enough time to fairly evaluate meaningful change. Thank you for your time.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Jerry Hansen. I'm part of the Black Fire Brigade. I just want to start by saying welcome to the Black Fire Brigade in October 2025. And one of the lowest points of my life. I had just lost my job, and honestly, while everything was moving around me, felt so uncertain, my responsibilities didn't pause. I didn't come in with confidence. I came in searching. What I found was family. From day one, Chief Curtis and Miss Terry, they didn't just open the door. They embraced me. They saw something in me before I even saw something in myself. This wasn't just training. This was structure, discipline, brotherhood, accountability. This was a lifeline. Because of that environment, I'm now prepared to graduate from Prairie State next month, getting my EMT license. It happened because someone decided to pour into me rather than overlook me. So when I hear the attacks, the defamation against a man who is actively saving lives in the real world, not just in emergency, but in everyday existence, it's not only disappointing, it's unacceptable. Chief Q is doing the work, the real work, the kind of work that keeps young black men like me, like him, like him, like him, from being a statistic. And we're all living proof of that. And let me say the quiet part out loud. This is bigger than one man. It's about the mission. A brotherhood, a movement that's changing lives every single day. So I stand firm with Chief Q. We stand united. We stand unapologetically with him. Because this right here is what true brotherhood looks like.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Cheyenne Ellington. As you can see, I'm a part of the Black Fire Brigade. I've been a member since June of 2022. As this young man stated, when he came in, he was at his lowest point in his life, and I was also. At that time, I expressed to Miss Terry that I needed like clothing and everything in uniform to attend the class, and she made that happen. Not only that, Miss Terry didn't know, but at the point in time, I was facing eviction too as well. But I pulled through. I bring my children to class. I have my son here with me. He's 15, and he's been with me too. But at the fire brigade since he was about 12. He'll be 16 in May. And I also have a 7-year-old, and he was there since he was 3, and he wants to become a firefighter. So I keep him involved with the brigade and my kids for community service. I am here now giving back to the community. I just want to piggyback off some things that I've heard about Lieutenant Q, and they saying that it's not personal, and they're pretty much what I hear is like downing him. He's not qualified, but the number speaks for itself. You have to have a degree in order to maintain a position, but you have people that's in certain positions without a degree and they still know how to do their job. Also, it has been said that they don't know why BFB is here. As the young lady said, we come and we stand united. That's why we're here. And we're here on behalf of Lieutenant Q. 180 days, I see he's made a lot of difference. You know, whether he's a resident or not, he knows his job. And correct me if I'm wrong, Lieutenant Q, you've been a firefighter for almost 40 years. That's around the time I was born. So you can't sit up here and tell me he's not qualified to do his job because you all are not familiar with him and what he does. So I just want to say I love you. I'm here. I'm standing for you on behalf of my brothers and sisters. BFB, we all we got. United we stand, and we will not fall for anything. what we should have, and that's called safety and at no kind of cost. I work for a utility. I work for People's Gas for 32 years. And as a first responder, you are with the fire department. And thank God you have someone that's qualified that can make those calls. But the qualification comes from what? Comes from what's been required, what's been set in place. So whatever the requirements are, those people in those positions earn them by progressing through those different channels, getting those certifications, getting what's called the necessary paperwork in order to earn and be compensated accordingly. I have been out there, and fire department will tell you, you see the things that are out there, you need somebody to be able to protect life and property. You have a split second of time to make that call. Everybody out, and all move wherever they need to move expeditiously. You may not have another second to save somebody's life. And you look back and you go, when you see the bodies, because I've seen them, and they don't go away. But one thing that's for sure is that when you set precedents on circumventing something that's been put in place by others who made these rules, made requirements, then who are we? I ask you just to make it make sense. And thank you. I like public works and need to talk.
Hello, everybody. I am Aisha Robinson. I own the Chocolate Lounge in 170 on Woodlawn. And I was challenged by the mayor to get the residents and the trustees on board for a liquor license. I have been open since October, and I've had 2 open houses for the residents. The last one was last Saturday, Saturday before last, the 28th of March. And we had a great turnout. Our attendance was about 70, 75 people there. Everybody was in support of me getting the liquor license. They signed their signatures. And today I come to ask the mayor, will you grant me my liquor license?
Here's what I would ask, because I know you accepted petitions at that time. If you are able to bring those, is Misha Williams here? If you can get those to Ms. Williams, and then we will have a decision before Friday.
Okay. Okay, that's good. Thank you.
Thank you.
He could have just took one from Rucker because he got through. Oh, wow. You way back.
Good evening, everyone. Madam Speaker,
I'm going to ask her something.
I'm here due to the flooding that is consistently happening on our block. We are actually held hostage to our property there on any threat of rain. In this last week, we have been pumping from 12 a.m. to 7 a.m. to keep our boilers, water heaters, and our electrical system from being underwater. Not only are our streets crumbling, our sidewalks are buckling, the hydrants on our block don't work. Now, we did come several days last week up here to the administration, talking to trustees, public works, the administrator, and the village engineer about having to clean our sewers. They did come out finally on Wednesday, but they weren't able to complete the job. On Thursday, we were hoping to get a call back that they would come back to complete those. What we saw on our block was a parade of public works, but at that time, they were doing a community cleanup, but the other the other sewer drains were not done. So finally, getting a call, we did get with the village administrator. He did outsource it to Calumet City Plumbing. But you cannot do just our block and around us. You have to do our whole subdivision, or this does not work. The infrastructure in this area is crumbling, and eventually we are gonna fall in like a sinkhole. Now, I have personally replaced 2 boilers, 4 water heaters, and there has not been any compensation from this village for my block or anyone living there. We did have a trustee come out to talk with us to see what we were trying to say, and not saying that we just talking and not saying anything. We wanted to show her proof of what was going on our block. I want to know, where is the compensation for my block on 156 and Sunset? When are you going to fix our crumbling streets, our crumbling infrastructure? I don't want to hear anything about it has to do with Metropolitan Sanitary District, them not opening the gates, or the water is supposed to flow over to Homewood in their quarry, because it's not getting there. It's getting in my basement. Every night I set up pumps. I cannot even take the pumps out, because when the squeal goes off from my backup, my water is already at 3 feet. I believe if this were your homes, everyone in Public Works would be at that resident with buckets getting that water out of your place. So I want to know, where is the compensation that's going to make us whole?
We've reached 3 minutes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Jesus. Okay. Every time it rains.
Good evening. Good evening. Be as brief as possible. I'll preface, I didn't know any of this was going on. Completely separate issue. Nothing to do with fire. Good evening, Mayor, trustees, and members of the board. My name is Matthew Palmer. I am here today to formally place on the record a matter involving the Village of Dolton's failure to properly administer employee health insurance benefits following my separation from employment. For context and background, I am a prior full-time Dolton employee with 8 months of service to the village. My employment with the village ended in March of 2023. At that time, I took immediate and appropriate action. I contacted Jen Johnson, the Director of Human Resources, multiple times to confirm the termination of my Blue Cross Blue Shield coverage. I specifically warned before any harm occurred that failure to properly terminate my benefits could result in retroactive billing and financial liability. I was assured that my coverage would terminate and that Blue Cross Blue Shield had been notified. However, that was not true. Blue Cross Blue Shield records show that my coverage under the Village of Dolton plan remained active until February 25th of 2025, nearly 2 years after my employment ended. During that time, my family had already transitioned properly and in good faith to my spouse's Blue Cross Blue Shield policy through her employer, effective April 1st of 2023. My son's medical providers were notified of this change at that time, namely DJJE Holdings, doing business as the Center for Children with Autism, as our son received full ABA services there Monday through Friday due to our son being autistic. Because the village's plan was never properly terminated, Blue Cross Blue Shield identified dual coverage in 2025. Claims that had already been paid were recouped. Those balances were then reassigned to me. As I stand here today, I am facing $25,120.25 in medical liability, costs that would not exist had the village performed a basic administrative duty. Let me be clear about the facts. First, the village had a duty to terminate benefits upon separation. Second, that duty was not fulfilled. Third, I provided timely notice and made repeated efforts to prevent exactly this outcome. And fourth, the village's failure directly caused financial harm. Since discovering this issue, I have made every effort to resolve it privately and professionally. I contacted Human Resources, Judge Johnson, in writing via email. I requested documentation. I escalated this matter to village leadership in writing via email, to include Mayor Jason House, Village Manager Charles Walls, and his assistant Olivia McClendon. I have left recent voice messages and emails with Mayor Jason House within the last 60 to 90 days that have not been responded to. I have found out through a friend who remains employed with the Village of Dolton, whose name I will not disclose, by way of an impromptu conversation that Charles Walls was no longer employed with the village. A week after I was verbally guaranteed a solution by Charles Walls in a meeting with him.
Mark, sir. But if you like, you can come right here with Mr. Bill and he can,
With who?
Bill, right here. Yeah.
Okay,
If you want to leave your information right here, we'll make sure to follow up with it.
okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Paul.
I wanted to hear the conclusion. God dang. Now I'm vested. I want to know what happened. He should have just read his whole thing. Y'all need to stop with this 3 minutes stuff.
Good evening, Mayor and members of the board.
Lord Hammers.
I am here today because I truly care about the community in which I live. I care about this town and I care about the people who serve in it. I'm speaking not just on my behalf, but for many of the residents who share the same concerns. When residents think about public safety, we think about trust. We think about the moment we call for help and we expect someone will arrive prepared, protected, and ready to act. Our community deserves nothing less than the highest standard of safety and emergency preparedness. We truly are grateful for our firefighters. They show up on our worst days. They also show up on our fun days. In return, they deserve nothing less than great leadership that shows up for them.
Yes.
They should never have to enter dangerous situations with broken equipment, unclear direction, or without the confidence that their leadership has given. Right now, there is a growing concern that this is the case. If this is happening, if this is true, it's totally unacceptable. What we're hearing from the closest to work, that closely works there, is that the communication is breaking down. Basic standards are not being consistently followed, and the environment is becoming increasingly divided, and the morale is in the toilet. This is not just an internal issue. It directly impacts the safety of both our firefighters and the residents. At the heart of all of this is leadership. Leadership is not just a title. It's trust, it's credibility, and it's the ability to bring people together around a shared mission. And when there are serious questions about qualifications and readiness, it is a reasonable and not confrontational to ask for a pause. We ask that you pause to listen. We ask that you pause to assess. We ask that you pause to ensure that the path forward is the right one. There are decisions being made right now that raise additional concerns. A long-serving member of the fire department, someone with years of service and institutional knowledge, has been reassigned at the request of the interim chief, and it's not personal. The interim chief, whose term, as I understand it, expired on March 15th. For many residents, this raises reasonable questions. How are decisions of this magnitude being made under interim leadership, especially when there are already concerns about qualifications and internal division? And how do these decisions serve the long-term stability of the fire department and our community?
Make sure we've reached 3 minutes.
Okay. Well, I do want to say my last one. Leadership requires action, but reflection, not just action. And this is one of those moments where you do need to reflect. And please hear the voices of the residents and the firefighters, and let that guide your next step.
Thank you. They should take this off. They should take this off tonight. This is gonna go crazy.
Good evening, everyone. I'm a resident of Dolton, and I've been wrestling with this situation. We have been through so much in Dolton. We have seen through the Henry administration when you hire people that's not qualified to do the job. We have had lawsuits after lawsuits because of this situation. And Jason, I love all of you all, but we have to do the right thing. We cannot continue to do what Henry was doing when she was here. You know, when Lori Lightfoot came in here, they didn't see any corruption whatsoever. The police department was dead in it. But the firefighters, how can it be overage when they don't have enough people? They don't have enough firefighters. The math is not mathing to me. They don't have enough firefighters. Other towns, they have more than we have in Dolton, and I think that's horrible because this fire department is the top of the line. These guys have trained, and there's no disrespect to you, but I feel when you're a leader, you listen to the people that you're supposed to be leading. When you just don't want to deal with them, that's not what true leadership does, Chief Q. So I'm standing with the firefighters because during the time when we was going through all this situation, they stood behind us. They was working, they didn't have insurance, they was taking their babies to the emergency room, and they was telling you don't got no insurance. So I'm gonna turn my back on them, and they done been standing with us. I'm for what's right. I have to do what's right. And I thought I would not be back up here, because I know y'all see me up here all the time. I didn't want to come back out. I wanted to leave this politics stuff alone. But this thing with the fire, this is not about politics. This is about safety. Safety. And we need a leader that is going to embrace everybody, all his people that's up under him. Are you willing to do that? Are you reaching out to the people that's supposed to be running, working under you, Q? You know, that's the thing. You got to be more open. You know, and this thing about the overtime, it's not enough people. You gotta prove it better than that, than this little spreadsheet that's up on the thing.
You gotta be better than
That's all I
that.
have to say. It's on my heart. I think integrity matters. It matters. And we done been through enough, and we don't need no more people suing us and all of that because we didn't do the right thing. We have to do the right thing. You knew you didn't have the credentials. You knew that, Q. You knew you didn't have it. But you took the job anyway. But it wasn't your fault. They were supposed to check you. You wasn't supposed to went past like that. So good night.
Oh, come on, Miss Downer. I love Miss Downer. Miss Downer. Price, Miss Downer.
Am I the only one in this room having flashbacks right now? I mean, this is freaking ridiculous. Everybody in the street knew there was friction going on in the fire department. Everybody in the streets. I'm pretty sure you guys knew it too. We should not be here right now. This should have been settled weeks, months ago. I mean, didn't we just, one of the employees just get pushed out of her job because they don't get along with our esteemed fire chief. I know this personality things, but everybody in this room has worked with somebody that they can't get along with. And if you can't, and a person has to, get forced out of their position because of that, that's childish, for starters. Secondly, that's a damn insult. Is that really supposed to sway anyone with all the issues that have been brought up in this room right now? That means absolutely nothing compared to the amount of blood that we may possibly spill, the amount of liability that we're going to be responsible if anything goes wrong and it's found that qualifications were not in the place they're supposed to be in, or procedures were not taken that everyone knows should be. I mean, we have rules, we have obligations and so forth, and right now, I'm so disappointed in you guys. I don't know what the hell is saying to you right now. We should never have gotten this far. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, we cared about you all. The firefighters also cared about you all. We were out there in the cold. Well, it wasn't that cold, but anyway, you feel me. You feel me. We shouldn't have to go through this. I mean, we voted for you all for your transparency, to let us know what's going on. If you could put this spreadsheet up here, you could put everything that refutes what the union says, you can put that up there too. That way, we can have an informed decision. As I've asked you guys before, we need to be informed in order to make good decisions. You ask for input, we give you input, and then we get this. Really? Come on now. You got to do better than that. We went through too much for this. And finally, I really applaud all the things the chief has done because I love that kind of activism. But that's a whole different category. Social work and fire chiefing, they are not the same thing. If one takes away from the other, a decision has to be made, or you guys got to make the decision. So all I'm saying is, just do what we elected you guys to do, and we can, go back to living our lives. We're getting old out here. We don't have time for this.
Come on, Mr. Bear.
Good evening, everybody. Been out for so long, 1977.
Two guys
And
with
every mayor that we usually have take care of the side of my house. It belongs to the village. So I took it upon myself to keep the grass cut over there. But the last storm, it blew tree branches all in my yard from the east. They're so big I can't pick them up. One is hanging over my house. Now I hear something in my attic. Now I got a call. I don't know if it's a raccoon or something. I went to the public works, talked to Karen. She took a complaint. I don't know what that you in the truck the other day. You work for the public works. But anyway, so Karen sent somebody there. And I seen the Mars on the light, and he didn't look on the side of my house where the field is. So I jumped in my car with my pajamas on and went around to Food for Less to talk to the guy. And I was telling him about, you always do your job, but anyway, the other guy comes around and jumps in my face. I took a picture of him, I sent it to you, and told me that's my problem. I need to pay somebody to cut the tree down. I called somebody, they told me they don't do little jobs, they would have to cut the whole tree down. But the land do not belong to me, it belongs to the village. It's to eat. So now where am I gonna go from? Now, I don't know what to do. I can't sleep. Either it's the motorcycle game, playing music 4 o'clock in the morning, boom, 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 or it's something rattling in my attic from the tree. So I need that tree cut down right away, the branch or something, then I'm gonna have to call somebody to go in my attic, because I had a guy go up there and he said the branch tore a little opening at the end of my roof.
Yeah, so it's a raccoon and a squirrel. Could be anything.
So this is too much. And Stan is the only one who can help me. I go around there all the time, nobody wants to help. This is terrible, but every mayor that we have, even Tiffany, she did take care of the senior citizens. I don't know what else she did, but she took care of the senior citizens.
Okay.
But I cannot pick them branches because they real big.
My understanding is that information has been sent over to Public Works today to take care of.
Don't believe him. He be lying. He be lying. You know he be lying. She better not believe him till they show up.
Good evening, everybody. I'm not gonna be so nice. Hi, Mr. Lawrence. Hi, Steve. I live on 142nd in Downtown. I've been out here for 8 years. I've been to 3 insurance companies because I've talked to you, I've talked to a couple of people. When it rains, 6 feet of water come in my basement. I went through 3 furnaces, 3 water heaters, and over $50,000 worth of merchandise that I can't get back. I've sent pictures, I've talked to people, and all I get is the runaround. Now, Stan can contest, because I live right across the street from Stan. At 1:30 in the morning the other day when it rained, me and my family is outside at 1:36 in the morning with rakes and brushes because the whole street is full of water. It's only 2 sewers, one in front of my house, one in Rob's house. If we don't clean them out, their water comes into my house. The gentleman 2 doors down from me, pipe busted 2 months ago when it was real cold. The city still have not completed that.
They got sand and rocks in the street on his property. That sand is coming to in front of my house. That's mud. My house is up. Mine is up down here. Theirs is up here. On my side of the street, we have side drives. On the other side, they have they can go through their alley. My backyard is a swimming pool every time it floods because the sewer in the back is in my backyard. So it clogs up too. So we not only have to go out there, and my family have to go out there in the midnight with no lights and try to clean the sewer in the backyard, clean the front, and it still don't work. You have supplied me with a Band-Aid. Y'all gave me 20 sandbags to help. That's not helping because the water is coming from Drexel. It's coming from west down to east. So it's hitting everything. My foundation have dropped 5 feet because I did what you told me to do. The city came out, water department came out, and I was instructed. My foundation have dropped 5 feet. My insurance is ready to drop me again. Another insurance company. That's not fair at all. Because I'm sure none of y'all houses is in the same predicament as mine. And on top of that, I'm paying a water bill. Why in the hell am I paying a water bill if I'm sitting up here paying $3,000 to $4,000 every 3 months to keep water out of my house? And I'm still supposed to pay a water bill for Dolton? I don't think that's right. Y'all not seeing about us. And on top of that, trees. 3 trees in front of the house. All the trees in front of the house are dead. When it rains or wind blows, it's 3 trees. My house, the 2 house, I'm in the middle. All the branches break down.
We're at 3:15, ma'am.
Okay, well then somebody needs to come cut them trees. I've been going through this for 8 years and nothing has been done.
You will leave your number right here with
I did that last time. I did that last time.
but you're aware.
She did. Yeah, they're not gonna come. We got to get out of here, baby. We about to get out of here. Taxes don't went up 33%. We're sick of y'all.
Thank you to our fire department. Whatever we are
Yeah, me too. Because he should have put the numbers up here. He should have put the numbers up here. You know
that they have done or that they are doing. That's all well and good. But first of all, I know a lot of us in this room, when we went to apply for a job, there were qualifications that had to be met, or requirements that had to be met. It didn't make any difference about different things that went on, how much work you did, how you showed up or whatever for your job. You had to qualify for the job. If you didn't pass a test, if you didn't meet a certain grade or whatever, you didn't get the job. Forget about your work. So that's one of the things that I was listening to, or whatever, that's talking about how much
after this
work.
last of the country, because these things they about to do, they need to remove all of they just need to be like, we're going to
Also,
continue
if you have a time limit, and the time limit has expired on anything, driver's license, anything else, it's over until you go and qualify again or reapply or whatever. So the things we're listening to or whatever it is, first of all, is being qualified and meet qualifications. The other thing that I have to say as well, if you have paperwork or whatever that has to be signed or whatever by the person that's in charge, the mayor, whatever, and you have to submit these documents or whatever to someone else. Maybe this is for the attorney to answer.
would my paperwork be legal? Let's say I brought paperwork to the chief to sign, if he signs it. Now I have to take this document or whatever to realtor, to whoever. Is that document that's signed legal, or would it be accepted or whatever? As a document that I am to supply to that, to the person? So that's a answer. Then you have a person that's, like I said, that's not.
I'm sorry.
The thing is, as far as leadership is concerned, right now, our staff, is to take a look at this. And right is right, wrong is wrong. We are taught that as toddlers. We know right, we know wrong. We may not accept it, we may not like it. But there's nothing you can do about it. It's like anything else in life. You have numbers. 2 and 2 is 4, no matter what you say or what you do, it's going to be 4. So that's something to take a look at.
Back last month. Because why she was...
We'll be available afterwards. We can talk, but we got to make sure that we have everybody on equal times.
I am concerned about that. And that is, turn it off.
Say what she's saying.
Turn it off. Because if you're not going to answer it, when you leave a message,
She gonna send the police
and
up
you
there
never
for the
get an
old
answer,
lady?
why have one?
At all. No email either.
Good evening.
You don't answer emails either.
26-year resident of the village of Dolton. What I'm asking is that greater heads will prevail on this matter. Every one of us has gone through something where we've had to have a second chance or we've had to work something out. And I'm asking that greater heads will prevail on this issue, that everyone will begin to work together for a positive solution in this situation. If there is training that has been taken care of, then that should be part of the solution. I've been here for 26 years. I've seen a lot of things. And I think that greater heads need to prevail here, that the correct solution is made.
Okay. Girl, I mean, boy.
First, I'd like to give honor to God for allowing us to assemble here today. There's an old saying called, ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. You guys are very quiet. Ed, you talked about transparency for 4 years straight. Could you imagine what you guys would have did to Tiffany if she had an uncertified anybody? Ed, what happened to this transparency? Everything will be out front. Everything will be said. A lot of things is being hid that you're not talking about. When we gonna get them out? You said transparency the whole campaign. Could you imagine if Tiffany Hilliard had an uncertified anything, what you guys would have done to her?
They would have been on her head.
And trying to cover up someone that's not certified and then beat down a man that's highly certified like the police chief? Ain't no way in the world you guys can even have a guy that good in this neighborhood. That chief is a really good one, that police chief. But then you guys are gonna try to cover up someone who's not certified. And Q, I like you, good dude, get your stuff straight. And what they always say, if it's for you, it'll be there. But don't put yourself in this kind of situation, because the next time you go get a job, this is gonna appear. My whole thing to you is this. We gotta have transparency, not later, not before, right now. Everybody talked about the transparency of the last administration. Nobody's talking about what's going on right now. If Tiffany Hilliard would have had uncertified dog catching, y'all would have been in the butt. So we need to tighten up over there. And Jay, you still my boy, but you got to tighten up. And you got to stand up and be the leader. You are the one that elected to be the mayor.
Thank you very much.
That's it? Okay.
I think that's going to conclude citizens' address at this moment.
Okay, y'all, we about to leave because they have a whole long, oh, never mind, wait a minute.
Good evening, I'm gonna be very short. My name is Terry Winston, I'm with the Black Fire Brigade. One of the main questions came up was, who invited those social activists? The fire department did. When they were on duty this weekend, they walked up to them, they said, yo, you know Q is still right? You should come to this meeting. You all invited me. You invited us. So we stand by Q. I was asked to speak on behalf of the character of Q. I've known him over 30 years. He's not somebody to run from a fight. He has over 77 certifications. And I can guarantee you, you will not find a firefighter, chief, or lieutenant with the certifications that he had. When they reviewed, sorry for pointing at you, when they reviewed his certifications, he met their standard. When they brought it to his attention that you didn't have the correct certification, he instantly went out and sought the class. Most of us are civilians, so we don't know what it takes. So you contact the fire marshal. They find a class for you. He sits down in the class. He has 77 certificates. So I know he's going to pass the class and pass the test. All right. Y'all not alarmed? Did y'all not see that in the month of October, you had $100,000 in overtime? Where did that money go to? You only got 14 firefighters. Who needs the salary of 1 year in 2 weeks of $103,000? Our property tax is going up. You do need firefighters. So when that chief came in here, right there 1 minute so I can make sure that I finish. If you can find $70,000, if you can find $20,000, if you can find $40,000, you just don't wake up and you find that money. It takes some time. So maybe that's why you didn't get to the class according to your standard. You need to meet the ones that's barking, because $100,000 out of my pocket will piss me off and you gotta go. I'm sorry, you right there, I'm sorry. Let me tell you something else about your previous administration. I'm on it, don't worry. You all asked me to come out here and bring public safety to your black kids. You sent me 12 kids to put in EMT school, and you promised the previous administration that you were going to pay for it. We sent 10 kids to EMT school. You didn't pay the bill. Not you, the previous administration didn't pay the bill because you wanted diversity in public safety. I didn't see diversity up here represented in the village. Then we sent them to the fire academy. Then we sent them to paramedic school. Guess what? They're not qualified. My last thing, public safety. If there's a collapsed building here, if a bomb blow up, if there's a weather disaster, Q can snap his finger and be on the job.
Good evening, Mayor, members of the city of Dolton, Black Fire Brigade. My name is Joseph Porter. I'm a retired member of the Chicago Fire Department, and I worked previously with Q, and I just want to speak on his behalf. I think, and there have been a lot of things said that, you know, we can take into account. The citizens, qualifications, those type of things. The firefighters, I don't have anything against them. They try to protect their jobs. And as first responders, the very first thing we learn is scene safety. The next thing we learn is situational awareness. And then as officers and as chief officers, which I was, we learn the idea of incident command. We learn that at that level, but then we begin to build on that. If you want to talk about a certification, which I just got here hearing about what was going on. It's my understanding, I could be wrong, that this specific certification at some point in time within the last 10 years may or may not have even been part of the qualification. I just wanted to enter that to the discourse. If I'm incorrect in stating that, so be it, I retract it. However, there's certification and then there's qualification. And life experience, lived experience, the certifications and the history that a person brings, that needs to be taken into account. So before you walk away from someone like Chief Lieutenant Quentin Q. Curtis, think about what you're walking away from. Think about the idea that, you know, he responded to, I'm just taking into account some of the things that he did over his career on the fire department, was an instructor, instructed individuals in the way you want to talk about SCBAs. He instructed people on how to make sure we have them. If you have a equipment issue, that's more of a funding issue than it is when the heads have what they need to work with. But I mean, the city of Dolton has had its issues, and I pray for you all. But then you look at the other thing, the idea of making sure that people are safe on scenes. He has that in spades. He responded to, as Chicago in support of Hurricane Katrina, he went down to Hurricane Katrina in the aftermath of that, in support of that. So I'm just asking you to take into account all of those things. So if it's one piece of certification that he'll have and then begin to apply all else that he has, Chief Q, I encourage you to communicate. I encourage you to listen to all the discourse, but once it's said and done, lead with objectivity and the integrity that you have in spades, my brother. Good luck.
I'm gonna keep it short. I am a homeowner, and I've been here for 27 years, and I've seen a lot of change, not for the good, and it didn't just start. It didn't start with Tiffany Hilliard either. It was declining. So we're not gonna pretend like everything has been perfect and all of a sudden it's falling apart in 2025, 2026. I'm not in the clique. I don't hang out. I don't know anybody, but I am a taxpayer. I am a taxpayer, and we are not gonna pretend like misplaced money or misappropriated money does not affect taxpayers. Because anytime something cannot be met, they're gonna hit the homeowner for taxes. So it does matter. You can be great. I'm an officer. I've served for the sheriff department for 28 years. I'm great at my job. That don't mean I can take money that I don't deserve. So we need to do what's right. And might I just add, please let's not act like somebody with 40 years of experience as a firefighter means they don't know their job.
Thank you very much. Okay, that's gonna, please.
I keep forgetting even that.
And I do want to thank everybody for their professionalism throughout this public comment section. That being said, we are concluding our citizens address or our citizens comment portion of this meeting. I do want to yield the floor to, you have some words. I wonder if he has something to say. Okay, Interim Chief Curtis.
Good evening. Good evening. First of all, let me say that I understand all of your concerns. I'm a 40-year veteran in the fire business. I'm not here for certification. I'm not standing here being ridiculed for certification. I'm being ridiculed for oversight. Dolton Fire Department has never had oversight, and now they have oversight. This is what this is about. This is about misuse of funds.
Hey, reality check TV.
You can look up here and look at the money that is saved, right? You may not want to see it, but taxpayers, I'm responsible to ensure that, number one, this department is safe. Number two, that we have equipment. Number three, that the department is not wasting your tax dollars so that you're not getting a tax increase. That's why I'm up here. That's why I'm being ridiculed. I'm not being ridiculed for certification. I got over 70 certifications, okay? In 2023, they made this a non-funded mandate. This is a brand new class. 75% of the chiefs in the state of Illinois don't have this class because there's only 3 classes a year. So if we're going to be honest and be straightforward, that's just the reality. Everybody is going to have to take this test, take this class and this test at some point, right? I had never planned on being the chief of Dolton. Let me be crystal clear. I was asked by this board and this mayor to take this position. I retired with 1 month shy of 38 years. I love the fire service. I dedicated my life to the fire service. These medals ain't here for nothing. They're not a showpiece. I actually did the work. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. Okay? So when you want to tarnish my reputation over individuals who don't want to follow policy, then you have at it. But as long as I'm the chief and sitting chief, I'm going to make sure that you as a taxpayer is not being robbed first, right? I'm going to make sure that this department runs efficiently. I'm going to make sure I've spent $35,000 in rig repair in the last 60 days. None of them said that, did they? None of them said I ordered new equipment, did they? None of them said that, did they? Hey, oversight. Remember this. When it comes to, nobody wants change. You know, safety issues. They're upset. Hey, guys, you gotta follow the rules. I didn't make them. This is their policy, not my policy. You gotta follow the policy. That's why I'm here, okay? I'm not here because of a class that I finished on Friday. I graduated from the class on Friday, really? 4 days away, and I take the state exam. And by the way, I'm not worried about passing the state exams. I passed over 7. Thank you.
Okay, y'all, I'm about to go because this meeting is going to be incredibly long. They still have a whole bunch on the agenda. So I'm getting ready to get up out of here.
There's a lot of commentary. I'll make some comments after general announcements from the board. So I hear the concerns on both
Okay, I'm
sides.
getting ready to leave, y'all.
And I
So,
really want
go to the village
that
page.
I hear you. And more than that, I apologize to the residents of the village of Dolton because the thought